Welcome to the Closing Line halftime edition on SBR. I am Gabe Morency, kicking it with the one and only Donnie Rightside, as most of the games are actually going into the half right now. And it's been a very peculiar, out of rhythm, out of sync first half of football for the most part across the board. Every game I check into, teams are just sort of stumbling. They're going backwards. I'm clicking around. There's nothing but commercials and then a field goal. It's been a weird, uneventful first half for the most part. Let's bring in Donnie Rightside right now. We've got a couple of games at the half. Carolina down 17-3 right now. Chicago Bears defense have scored 2 touchdowns. It's unbelievable. Once again, Trubisky's getting carried here. And Carolina just had a big play. Looked like about a 35-yard pickup. Would have been first down on the 15-yard line. Could have set up for a field goal, but they didn't have any timeouts, and Cam Newton was unable to get the team ready and get the ball off in time. Minnesota Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens are at the half, 9-6 right now, Donnie. And Donnie, would you agree that it's been a strange first half of football across the board here?
No, yeah, it has been bad. The one thing that's not strange is I like the total in the Tennessee-Cleveland game, which is now 6-3 at the half. DeShone Kizer just doing what I wanted out of DeShone Kizer was some interceptions, but it seems like he likes the interception, Gabe, when he's in the red zone and has no idea what he's looking at, which is kind of painful because if you're from a Tennessee point of view now, you even really have to play in the second half. It's almost like you can hand off 3 straight times and say, the freaking Browns are no way they're going to be able to score any points in this game. So I'm going to be behind the 8 ball, my over 42 in that one. 2 defensive touchdowns in the Bears game, 17-3. But you're right on the last part of that game that they need to get up and spike that ball. But overall, interesting. And again, Jay Cutler's going to Jay Cutler as well. The game we talked about earlier with that Dolphins game, 14-14, they're on their own 1-yard line. They let Jay Cutler drop back in the end zone, throw. He gets the ball tipped and intercepted right at the 1-yard line. So, the same stuff that we talk about seems to be coming up, but the wrong way for us here.
Yeah, you're right. It's almost business as usual. And as you stated, the Browns are going to be the Browns, all right? But it really is amazing, isn't it? It's uncanny how many times the Browns move the ball successfully into the red zone, then turn the football over. It's insanity.
Yeah. It's the first and again, you're not looking for a touchdown there. It's 1st and 10. You got the ball on like the 30-yard line. You figure you throw it over the middle, maybe 1 or 2 times, get yourself for a nice field goal. Instead, Kizer drops back and does one of those things that rookies do with a bad organization, with a terrible head football coach. You throw in the triple coverage high. And again, Gabe, it wasn't even like throwing into the end zone for a shot. It's like a 15-yard pass to the 15 that had no shot to get there. And I was actually hoping he got pick 6, but we'll live for another day. Hopefully we'll get some points in the second half for us.
Well, it is frustrating. It is frustrating to be on Carolina and not get that field goal. It does set up a better situation to bet on the second half with the Panthers. Panthers down by 14. They're not going to quit. They're moving the football a bit. They're making plays, but they made mistakes. They're shutting down the Bears' offense. I like the Panthers here in the second half. I'm not seeing a line yet here. Let me track down a line.
I got on my local has 4.5. I'm trying to figure around that.
That's what I'm saying. What's going on here? Like local guys are dealing right now before mainstream guys.
Jesus. There we go. 3.5, Gabe. 3.5 minus 120 at Bet Online. We got the Ravens and the Vikings. Vikings are -3 at the half, and then the Tennessee Titans are -3 at the half as well.
All right. So what's the total in the Titan game?
Titan game second half is 21. Looks like the Ravens-Vikings game second half 17.5, and the Carolina Panthers game is 20 in the second half. I'm not going to lie, Gabe. I like I was hoping for a little bit better price there, maybe a 3. But in the Panthers game, what are we looking at? It's 17. Is it 17 to 3?
17-3. So we're down by 14.
Yeah, come on. I'm getting on that right now. Yep, I'm getting on the Panthers right now. -3.5, -120. I'll take a spin on that one here.
Yeah, I hate chasing because I'm already on the Panthers, as you stated.
Yeah.
I'm already on the Panthers here, but at the same point in time, it's a way to soften the blow here and get our money back. I think.
Yeah, I didn't have too much to begin with, so I'll take a chunk on that. We talked about it right before the half, Gabe. Them actually not getting in sucks for the full game, but there's a little bit more value there for the second half for me on that one.
Yeah, down 14. I'm seeing -3.5, -125 now. So I'll lay the 3.5. I'll suggest it as well. At least on the plus side, Donnie, we did give a winner. Buffalo Bills. Tampa Bay Buccaneers long field goal prop. Boom, caught on the second drive of the game.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Nice.
Looks like they got an interception. Buffalo just intercepted Jameis Winston, and are in the red zone now there, Gabe. So things looking up there. After that what was it, a 41-yard field goal? You can't miss those field goals, but hopefully they can make it back.
Half's over now. Buffalo, like Carolina, ran out of time. They actually made a couple of plays, and then they were – no, you know what? 2017 NFL season is not exactly going to be remembered as the fucking masterpiece. I'll tell you that much.
Wait, hold on, Gabe. I just got the update on that where you just said that. What did the Bills actually do that they were in the red zone and didn't get even a field goal attempt?
I think there was just an interception. I think they just
no. It was Buffalo intercepted them.
No, I know.
And I just had Tyrod Taylor to Jordan Matthews for 2 yards and then halftime.
Yeah, Buffalo. They didn't have a timeout. I mean, yeah, it just went to the half. I was looking at the numbers. I looked up. Buffalo didn't score.
Man,
bizarro world. Like I said, I don't know if they didn't have any timeouts. I don't know if anybody was seeing that, watching it live.
Yeah, they're showing the update now. Looks like they either got an interception or fumble. So they had a 1st and 10 with 23 seconds left on the Buccaneers' 25-yard line. And you had one timeout. Like, how the hell do you even let that? Oh, man, that's really bad. That's really bad. Wow.
I looked up and I saw the guys on the Bucs high-fiving each other. So let's see. We'll get the exact play what happened.
Sean O says horrible clock management. I would imagine because
they even had what was their timeout situation?
They had one timeout in 23 seconds when they had the ball in the 25. You got to get at least a field goal attempt out of that.
I don't understand this either. I didn't see it. I'm glad I didn't because I'd be pretty pissed off right now.
That's 6 points right there. You missed that chip shot field goal, and now you missed that opportunity. And we know how that likes to play out a lot in the NFL. So that's ridiculous if you're backing the Bills in the spot. And
speaking of which, the Jets just scored.
Yeah, they're on the 1-yard line. Yeah, that was a gift. That was a free touchdown for them.
Unbelievable. Like you said, it's just Adam Gase gets all this credit for being a great coach, and he just makes everything more fucking difficult than it has to be, man. Yeah. Nothing can be easy with the Miami Dolphins. We're not out of this game yet, but if we're going to make it fucking easy for the Jets to score, we're going to have a problem here. So, yeah, Jay Cutler's 9 of 12, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. McCown's actually not playing bad football in this game. No. It's been a couple of big plays, though, for the Jets. That's what's worked for them. See,
yeah, they're even managing the way it is, Gabe. Look at that. Cutler was 9 of 11. With 2 touchdowns before that interception. It's amazing how things go poorly so fast for that guy. I mean, and again, it wasn't really his fault to tip ball, but again, protect it on your goal line. Maybe roll out of the pocket, a little flat.
Yeah, exactly. Get the ball to a Ajayi or a safer pass play. Exactly. They can't get batted at the line because Jay Cutler's had 1 million passes batted at the line over his career. All right, so the Tennessee Titans -3, over under 21 in the second half. You've been watching that game closer than I have been because I know you've got a big play on the over of this game. It's got if we liked it at 42.5, it's hard for us not to like it right now at 36 right now.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's almost like the game's being played in slow motion, if you will. I mean, Mariota, he's not completely right at quarterback, but he did scramble for like an 8-yard game, but he's not the old school Mariota. And DeMarco Murray looks like he's running just in quicksand out there. The only problem I have with this trying to get to the over is Tennessee just sitting in their locker room saying, we have the lead. The Browns are lucky that they even have 3 points at this point. We don't think they can come back. Let's, slow play it here. And again, where a punt's a really good play because Cleveland stinks on offense. So we'll see what happens. I don't feel that confident. I'm not going to double down. I have the over 42. I'll leave it alone and see what happens. But 21's a cheap price in that one. But the way it looks, Gabe, I don't know if Tennessee even cares, like saying, hey, if we get to 10 points, we got this one wrapped up. So I don't have too much confidence in that one anymore.
How about the New Orleans Saints right now? New Orleans Saints trailing 14-7 at the half. It's not like Brett Hundley's killing it or anything, but he did rush for a touchdown. That's the element that he brings, the dynamic that he can bring to the table. But I am surprised that the Saints have only scored 7 points. It's the classic Saints sputtering on the road syndrome here. Drew Brees, 13 of 20, 155 yards, but he's thrown 2 interceptions. Packers defense has stepped up. Brett Hundley only 56 yards passing, but Brett Hundley two rushing attempts for 36 yards and a touchdown. Packers are up 14-7 at the half in this football game.
Yeah, I was watching that game also, Gabe. You're looking at it, and I know you have a play on the over there. Watching the first drive, a touchdown within the first 2 minutes, I thought that would really open up, but uncharacteristic, interceptions by Drew Brees when you're on the offensive and going really took away, which I look at that, Gabe, as actually value in the second half now. That game, I think, is going to open up. Let's take a look to see. What do we have as a number? Over 21 and a half at Pinnacle?
I'm seeing some 22 and a half.
Gabe. I think it's a little bit short chance. Should have been about at least 24-27 in the first half, and they only end up with 14-7. I think it's going to be a lean. I'd lean on the over there.
Yeah, I think the Saints are going to get some points up on the board here in a second. It should open up a little bit. I'm still confident in my play getting there, actually, with the over.
No, you're fine. I wouldn't worry too much. It looks like BetOnline's got over 21.5 in that game, Gabe. I'm going to take a little taste on that right now with you. I'll go over 21, minus 115 at the half here.
I can't disagree with that. All right, Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills will be getting the ball to start the second half. Nothing's easy with the Bills. We talked about it. Nothing's ever going to be easy for this football team to pull away from anybody. But they are causing a lot of problems for Tampa offensively in this football game.
Tampa Bay game?
Yeah, the Bills are causing
Yeah, that's one of the games I haven't been able to watch or keep an eye on too much here. But from what I see, the Buffalo Bills look like they are the better team in that one, but just some wasted chances. I don't think Tampa Bay has. Gabe, you talk about it all the time, right? The dead team can't close it out. Here you are down at the half on the road in the game that you need. I mean, Buffalo certainly needs it as well, but you don't want to lose another game for Tampa Bay. Do you see Jameis Winston down 4 points, 6 points, late fourth quarter, leading them on a drive against that Bills defense? I don't see it. I really don't.
It's a tough number here in the second half. Buffalo Bills minus a half a point, up by 4 right now. So it's bounced up to 4.5. Total's 23.5 in the second half of this football game. So 23.5, they're at 16 right now.
Yeah.
So it becomes 39.5 in game. A tough game. Points are tough to come by here. Buffalo's offense is terrible, guys. All right. You can't sugarcoat.
He finally got in the end zone today, Gabe. Have a party up there, huh?
Yeah, he did his first touchdown of the year. They're force feeding him. Taylor's made a couple of plays. Buffalo's defense. Problem is with this game, Tampa are always just one big throw, one big pass away from taking the lead and getting back in this. It's tough. Normally, I'd say, you know what? I'd like to bet the over 23.5. I don't think it opens up, actually. I lean with the under in the second half here.
I can't disagree.
I thought it was going to be a lower scoring game before the game started. It's playing to form right now. Buffalo always tighten up here in the second half. They're going to get conservative and really try to hang on and win this in a low-scoring fashion. I'm going to go – I think it goes under 23.5 in the second half here, Donnie. I don't think it's a track meet here. 23.5 is quite a lot of points to score for two football teams.
Yeah, I talked about it earlier, Gabe. The one way you want to attack Tampa Bay is through their secondary. It doesn't look like Buffalo is able to do that. But one thing Tyrod Taylor does do, you can extend drives. How many times you see, Gabe? 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Tyrod Taylor up the middle, 15 yards, keep the sticks moving. You want to get shady going in the second half. And you want to play off of Tampa Bay. You don't think Tampa Bay is going to be able to score. They only have 6 points at the half. You want to play good defensive football, keep the game in your means, try to get it to the fourth quarter there. Because, again, is Jameis Winston going to be able to lead them to victory on the road in Buffalo? I don't think he can.
I'm so fucking sick of the Arizona Cardinals bullshit, but that's another story. It's 20-0 right now.
And I think the Rams got the ball back again.
Yeah, cool. Why wouldn't they? All right, so the Panthers are up to 4 points now, second half, over under 20. So they're at 20 right now, 17-3. I lean over second half in this one. We both agree. I think Carolina's a good player in the second half, guys. They're not getting dominated in this game or anything. There's just typical Cam Newton, stupid shit, and weird bad luck. I think the Panthers are going to get back in this game. I'm holding out hope they can come back and win this game, and we can maybe get a push.
No, look at the way they scored in that game. I mean, you had Carolina driving at 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Samuel, who's been a disaster this year for Carolina, one of their higher draft picks out of Ohio State, he fumbles the ball. They run that one back. Then you're driving on the opposite side. You're crossing midfield. You throw a slant pass that gets tipped up into the air, and that gets intercepted and a run back. So, yeah, it's not anything so much that the Panthers are not doing. You just can't turn the ball over and get those freak plays. But I said, I'm already sitting on the kickoff's already underway there. -3.5, -120. I'll take that. I like the Panthers in that spot here.
Tampa and Cleveland right now. I grabbed a piece of the over 21, and I'm looking to grab a piece right now. Should I lay the 3 points with the Titans here, Donnie? You've been watching this game. I want to lay the 3 points with the Titans here.
The Titans aren't giving me that much.
Are they going to lose?
What's that?
Are they really going to lose the second half?
That's what we have to look at. Yes. Are they going to play like an even second half? Probably not. And basically what you're saying with that line, Gabe, is you think that the Browns are going to actually win the football game outright, which I fell into that trap a couple weeks ago. Told myself I would never do it again. So I would lean towards Tennessee in that spot.
Yeah, we saw Mariota get better in the second half last week. Like if somebody's going to break through and make a play, I trust Derrick Henry to pop one. Or Mariota.
Give me some luck. Give me 20-20. Can a brother get 20-20, Gabe, to end the half?
Yeah, I think that's asking a lot, dude. 6-3.
How about 20 first downs, maybe? How about that?
Yeah. So seriously, the Rams are up 20-0 right now. Fucking, what a pathetic performance. All right, so Carson Palmer's out of the game. Drew Stanton is in to the football game. All right, so we've got Saints are -3.5 in the second half. We talked about the total, 21.5 at some spots, 22.5 at some spots. The Jags -0.5 point right now. Total 19.5. And the Jags are dominating the Colts. We talked about this game coming into this, that we both didn't think the Colts, we thought the Colts would have problems offensively in this football game. And they are right now, 20-0. I got to imagine that Jacksonville is going to get pretty vanilla here in the second half. I'm leaning under 19.5 in this spot as well. Generally, I'd say, oh, well, Indy can do this and do that and try to. I think Indy's probably pretty worn out after playing on Monday and being down 20-0 at the half. Chuck Pagano's got to get fired soon, Donnie. I mean, at what point does Andrew Luck being hurt just erase all of Chuck Pagano's woes? Maybe it does for them, but it's unacceptable.
The worst part is that if Chuck Pagano goes down, you say, oh, well, that's his quarterback, which Andrew Luck is, but he's the offensive mastermind. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Chuck Pagano supposed to be some genius coming out of Baltimore that was supposed to have a great defense, and they never have a good defense? So what is he actually there for at this point?
I can't, he's there to do it. He's a spectator that does absolutely nothing. Like,
Gabe, come on, especially in the month of October, you cannot fire a coach who had cancer. I think that's the reason why he's still hanging around.
Yeah, I know, but that was a few years ago now. It's at some point they're going to have to let that go. I lean with an under 19.5, but it's just not in my nature to bet an under when it's that low in the NFL. I can't do it. Just a little bit.
I like Indianapolis. I think you're right on target, though, Gabe. Jacksonville's in the locker room going, let's hand off every single time, and Indianapolis probably can't come back, which means you're going to end up one of those games. You can see it 27 to 16, something like that, something in that weird range.
You know what? You're right about this. I don't think the Colts are going to get shut out, Donnie. They're not going to quit. Jacoby Brissett will eventually bust through.
And he's going to throw interceptions if he doesn't throw a touchdown, so it's a perfect storm.
Yeah, and what's Jacksonville going to do? What did Doug Marrone do last time they had to lead Jacksonville 2 weeks ago? They attempted one pass attempt in the second half.
Nope, you're right. They're going to sit on this football. I would be hard pressed to see if Jacksonville won the second half. Yes, Chuck Pagano might just have to keep it moving out of there. I just think Jacksonville's going to play real smart with the football, play good defense. Say, hey, you want to get a first down or a touchdown? And the good part about maybe hitting that over also, Gabe, is that Indianapolis probably not going to be kicking too many field goals in the fourth quarter. So if it's that 4-down territory inside the 10, you can punch it in, maybe get that late one. Again, we're only talking 19 points, not 21.5. So I think it's decent.
We're pushing it, Donnie. We're going to do it. I'm clicking. Listen to the click. I mean, you can hear it.
Click it.
All right, listen. All right, quiet.
Oh, DeShone Kizer, first drive out of the half, Gabe, immediately throws an interception, which is actually a pretty good thing because it looks like Titans are going to get the ball on about the 30-yard line. Hey, maybe we see Hogan. Maybe we see Hogan again. Let's bring the party back, right?
That's not bad for my. That's not bad. I clicked Tennessee and over in the second half.
Yeah, there you go. Bang it. I love it, man.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, we give people winners at halftime. Like I said, we've been very good at the half this year on this show.
Yeah, we're talking there's that same Cleveland angle again. Like you're at the half going, boy, they can hang in. And when you really boil it down, you say Cleveland actually has to win this football game to probably cover this second half. Come on, man.
1-24 in their last 25 games straight up.
Yep, sharps are all over them, though, Gabe, all over them.
Every week, aren't they? Every week. It's, every week. I wanted to take pot shots at people too, Donnie. I thought the same thing out of the gate when I saw Aaron Jones ran for like 70 yards or whatever it was, 7-0 right away.
Yep.
I wanted to say, oh, it looks like the rain's really slowing them down, right? And then
exactly.
It was like some early points. I was like, oh, fuck, this is going to sail over. Great pick. Boom, hit the wall. Yeah,
and I actually don't have – I'm not actually watching that game. So every time they were showing an update, with no pressure and Breeze dropping back to pass, I'm like, here we go, a touchdown. He kept getting intercepted. I was like, this is really rare.
All right, so the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns, Donnie, as Donnie alluded to, Tennessee have the football right now. Second half is started. The Bills and the Bucks just went off the board right now. Jacksonville and Indianapolis has begun. Carolina and Chicago has begun. Baltimore, Minnesota has begun. So only a couple of games left at the half. Let's take a look at some of the late games here, Donnie. We kicked the tires on that San Francisco 49er football game and the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are laying 6. Totals 48 right now. I know it's a leap of faith taking a quarterback and C.J. Beathard in this spot, but it's tough to win a football game by 7 points on the road. Dallas aren't in like peak performance. Elliott concerns me the fact that San Francisco give up the most rushing yards per game, and the NFL is a big problem. But with that being stated, I talked about it. I just think that Dallas are going to win this game, but San Francisco cover the game and cover the 6. I'm not betting big on it or anything, but I think San Francisco are the play here.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree. I like the home dog in situations like that. I'm not going to be anywhere near it just because of the fact they have, Beathard's coming. I don't know what I'm going to get. Dallas is rested. Whenever a team is rested, I always try to, really err on the side of caution there heading into it, similar like the Buffalo game today if you're trying to make a case for Tampa Bay. I think it sets up well for a Dallas win. How much they're going to beat them by, because again, Gabe, they got probably beat them by double digits in the spot, and we did see them move the ball last week, San Francisco. Are they a real tired football team? Because I kept hearing from everybody how tired the San Francisco team is, but yet they continue to play everybody pretty tight.
All right. So what do you make of this Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game? You brought it up a little bit earlier, where the public is sort of like a dog chasing a ball in the park, right? Yeah. The ball gets thrown, whatever happens to the other in the public, and the dog chase it. And I've been guilty of it in the past as well. But we see, Jacksonville beats Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh then responds and beats Kansas City. So, a lot of people are thinking to themselves, well, Pittsburgh are back right now. They're much better than Cincinnati, Andy Dalton, etc. But clearly, some sharps disagree because there's been significant line movement into this game, all the way down to 4 points right now, which it's pretty low. I'm not going to get talked off the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it's going to be a close game that'll come down to the wire, and Andy Dalton will probably fuck up late. The question is, when he fucks up, does it cause us the cover or not? Essentially. But I do think we have a close football game here. Just because Pittsburgh beat Kansas City the other night. Look, KC just lost to the Raiders. It's the way the NFL is. Cincinnati coming off the bye. They're going to be ready to play in this football game. It's a massive game for them. It's actually a big revenge spot for them as well. I like the Bengals +4 here.
It's interesting. Vito in the chat box brings up a really good point here. Steelers have to run the ball, no blowouts here. I think that new look Steelers approach, the same way we look at that Cincinnati approach where they're trying to use the running game as, more of the, let me see. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Gabe, but I have the Tennessee Titans were first and goal at the 1 yard line and did not get in the end zone. So looks like there's going to be an extra or a field goal from the 1. So again, if you're Tennessee, you're built on running the football. DeMarco Murray's in the game with a bad hamstring, and so is your quarterback, and no Derrick Henry. Don't you just give it to Derrick Henry and say, just blow up every single person down here on the goal line?
Are you fucking kidding me? So Malarkey's actually going to kick a field goal from the 1 and not even go for it?
Actually, they might go for it. They might go for it here. Let me see what we got here.
Let's see.
Yeah, they're going for it. All right.
They're going to go. I should get the stream going up. Let me get this stream going. All right, people are asking us, second half in the Saints game?
And I don't think he got – did he get in? I don't think he got in. I don't know.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, he didn't get in. Unbelievable. Yeah, he didn't get
I've got the fucking Titans in the over, and they can't fucking get in.
From the 1 yard line. Get in from the 1 yard line. Yeah, 1 yard line. Yep.
A fucking gift.
Gift interception, nobody gets in the end zone. And it was Derrick Henry, I think, too.
Fuck, man. It's fucking.
It's pretty nuts when you watch it. I mean, Yeah, he just fell the hell down at the 1. Like one of those things where I'm a big, 6'4", 240-pound running back, and the first guy that hits me, I just go down at the 1 instead of getting any lean in the end zone. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I guess he's not in Alabama anymore, right? He's not in the SEC anymore. It's fucking, It's unbelievable. It's one of these days, like I said, it's an out-of-sync NFL day, Donnie. It's like these teams are just like sleepwalking through these fucking games today.
Yeah, it was 3. So that's 3 times in the Tennessee game there that they were inside the red zone, or not even inside the red zone, first and goal, and I have 6 total points out of 3 trips inside the 10. Yeah. Inside the fucking 10. Yep. Go through 1 with that big, bad power offense there. And you could tell that's why Mariota's probably not even nearly 100%. How many times you see them in the red zone, the best football team out there? Same thing with like the Carolina Panthers, because that read option, just they walk into the end zone from the 1, 3 straight handoffs, got nothing. 3 handoffs you didn't even get a yard out of. It's fucking pathetic. All right, so so as me and Donnie stated, we like the over the second half of the Packers Saints game. All right, people. So like I said, I'm on the Bengals in this game. I'm going to take the
plus 4 points. I'm going to use the T word here, the ugly T word. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals teased up to plus 11. 7-point teaser. It'll be a close football game. I'll take that teased up to plus 11 and maybe Seattle to plus 3.5, maybe in Atlanta to plus 10. But I do like Cincinnati, and I do like Seattle. What do you make of the number going all the way down to 3.5 now, Don? He's pretty low.
I think there's now value on that game. There's now value. You were looking on the road saying, hey, nice win by the Giants. They're galvanized. They do have a good defense. But let's not, sugarcoat it. They're still a 1-5 football team. They go in and beat Denver. Yes, that's a really nice win. You got some defensive, plays there, running back some touchdowns. The one thing I always look at when you're betting the Seattle Seahawks, they're going to come in a little bit rested here. Are they going east to west? They're not the same football team. I get it. Maybe you didn't want to look at that game at 6 or 7, whatever it opened up, or 5.5 or 4 or 3.5. I actually took the game, got a little bit earlier in the day at -3, -120. And I'm going to hang my hat on and say Seattle's a better football team here. They're rested. And I think the Giants are getting a lot of boost last week. Like, hey, the Giants are out. The Giants are making a run in the division. The Giants are making a run to the playoffs, and that has something to do with it. Seattle's off the bye week saying, you know what? We play our best football as the season gets longer in the game. Do I think they blow the Giants? I don't know if their offense is capable of that, but Russell Wilson's going to make enough plays in that football game to beat the Giants, somewhere in that range, 24-17, something like that, I think.
Yeah, if you look at Seattle this year, and Seattle in general, who do they generally struggle with? They struggle against really good quarterbacks that can throw the football on them, right? If a really good quarterback and you're really aggressive, an Atlanta Falcons, the Green Bay Packers, and New England Patriots, etc. The New York Giants
or a mobile
don't have
quarterback
that.
To get outside the pocket. Yeah, now you have a statue back there. Yep.
Yeah, you got Eli Manning, and like you said, I think it takes some of the hunger off actually of the New York Giants that they won last week. As you stated, they don't have people saying how shit they are everywhere. No one's talking about them now, right? Last week, everyone was mocking them, and they're fucking terrible, and it's the biggest mismatch ever playing the Broncos. And they responded, just like the Jets have responded by everybody mocking them. Now no one's talking about them coming into this football game. I don't understand the love for the Giants and why the number, every time I hit refresh, it comes down some more. But, I'm stepping it right. The Saints scored a touchdown right away out of the gate here.
Beautiful. There we go. Beautiful. Got that, 21.5 that I'm sitting on, so that's a nice start in that one. And Cam Newton was driving, and on a 4th and 2, of course, Cam got stopped.
Touchdown. Touchdown, Buffalo Bills.
Yes, who got it? Who we got out there? Oh, Tyrod with the pass. Okay, wide open. Yeah.
The Buffalo Bills in the house, circling the wagons.
Yeah, exactly. You think Jameis Winston going to come back now down double digits, Gabe?
Yeah, no, this is now they can fucking just dial back the defense too. They can just dial it up. Tyrod's having a nice little day here today.
Scrambling around. What's he got? Shady's got the other touchdown, right? So he's got a touchdown, but probably a decent amount of scramble yards.
The thing with Tyrod is he's going to make mistakes. Who caught the touchdown? It's unbelievable. Good for him, actually.
Oh, the Mr. Quarterback. Yeah, there
Logan
you go.
Thomas, the big-time quarterback out of Vautech from years ago, is actually one of our tight ends now. He's basically a good athlete.
He's a big-ass kid, man. That kid's a big-ass kid.
He just made a nice 22-yard touchdown catch, went up for it, pulled it down. He's an athlete. That's just good coaching, Donnie, with the Bills, right? Just getting athletes, and let's just find a way with the players that they have to move the football. 17-6 right now. McCoy's got 72 yards. The prop was 74.5, so he's 1 yard away. Like you said, I doubt Winston's going to mount the comeback here. All right, so what's not off the board yet? I think we're pretty much everything. Arizona and the Rams is the last one. And what do we do with this? Do we jump in on Arizona? Fuck.
No, backup quarterback, all bets are off now. I mean, Carolina's just looking to get out of town, you would think at this point. I wouldn't step in. If it was Carson Palmer, yeah, because he'd be able to sit back there and maybe hit a couple passes, but I'm not taking any piece of that with Stanton, the quarterback.
Yeah, I know. And for the record, if you're interested, the Rams are minus a half a point here in the second half. Minus a half a point, totals 20.5.
Everything. That's amazing.
Yeah, with the backup with Stanton in here now, Arizona's got to be just demoralized. What the fuck's Arizona's deal, man? Like 2 weeks ago, Donnie, against your Philadelphia Eagles, they get fucking punched in the mouth. They're fucking terrible. They don't respond. And then last week, they come out flying. Now this week, flat again. Arians is starting to piss me off. Like, I have respect for him as a coach, but his teams aren't ready to fucking play all the time.
Yeah, I was down on them coming into the year, and then obviously when they lost David Johnson, I just, they do have a good secondary. To me, they seem like a little bit older of a football team. Carson Palmer could go down at any time, and of course, Gabe, what does he do right now? Goes down right on cue. So, I don't know. I mean, Arians is a really, really good football coach. I mean, you get him in the right spot, with another like offensive fresh look. I think like, hey, why don't you fire Chuck Pagano at the end of the year? Maybe Arians gets out of his contract in Arizona. You bring him back. I think that could work pretty well. But yeah, sometimes the time is up with the football team. He's had a decent run there in Arizona.
All right. So speaking of time is up, our time is up here. So quickly, Donnie, recap. Yep. Best bets rest of the day. What are you playing?
Yeah, I'm going to give you one more play, and it's the same way we just talked about there in the Seattle game. I'm going to take it's minus, what do we have right now on the board? I have it at -3, -320 is what I took it earlier. Let me just make sure I have a valid line right here. 305, 305. You know what, Gabe? We'll go with the 3.5 then. I think they're going to win by 4+ points. I'll take the prevailing line. I gave it out at 3. Now it's on the show. I'm giving out. Let's go 3.5 now. So we're going to Seattle Seahawks -3.5. Here's my 4 o'clock play. Close it out.
I don't disagree. I like it. I think that's the best bet as far as the late game, Seattle Seahawks. But if you're a DJ and you want some action, San Francisco +6, the dog. Cincinnati +4, the dog. I'm passing on that Bronco Charger game. You know what? Actually, we're talking about a teaser. Here's my fucking teaser. Give me the LA Chargers +8. Cincinnati Bengals +11. That's going to win.
Because Gabe, Phillip Rivers, my cousin, my kinsmanship there.
They're not getting blown out.
Yep, damn well he's yelling at the ref down 3 points with 3 minutes to go in the football game. They're going to have a chance. You know it.
Yeah, there's my teaser. Cincinnati Bengals +11, LA Chargers +8. But I like the dogs. I think the 49ers +6, Bengals +4. Like the Seahawks -3.5. And Donnie and Big Man, you'll be breaking it down at 7:30 tonight. Falcons
good game,
and Patriots.
Good game. Yeah.
I'm calling money line upset, but fuck, it keeps dropping. Other people obviously agree. It's down to 140 right now. I think the Falcons win this game outright, and I like the over.
I like your style in that game because the one thing we know is, not as much change last year, except to me, the New England defense actually got worse. And I don't think they match up very well. And we're not talking about a dome team going outdoors in New England, Gabe, with 40-mile-an-hour winds and freezing cold rain. You might as well be playing in a dome tonight the way it is in the Northeast.
Yeah, and last pick and prop for you guys. You guys all know this. The New England Patriots are the first team in NFL history to start the season, the first 6 games. All 6 quarterbacks that they have played have thrown for over 300 yards. Well, tonight they're playing Matt Ryan. I was looking at the prop, and I was thinking, well, what are they going to do if fucking everyone else in the league is throwing 300 on them? Mm-hmm. They're probably going to make it 313, 318, something. It's an even 305, 300 and a half. So at 300.5. And they're giving up 300 or more yards to every quarterback this year. How is Matt Ryan not going to throw for 300 or more yards tonight? So we need 301 yards to win the bet. That's a great prop bet tonight, guys. I'm betting it. Yep. Matt Ryan over 300 and a half yards tonight.
It's good stuff. No, I agree with you on that because now you're actually getting the full boat from Atlanta also. Mohamed Sanu healthy and Julio Jones healthy for this one. That says points to me, man. I like it.
Donnie and Big Man, check them out at 7:30. Yep. And then I'll step up and in at about 8:20, 8:25 or so before the football game with Big Man on campus, and we'll throw it down here this evening. Always a pleasure, Donnie. Your class act. May the winners be yours.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Gabe. Have a good day, buddy.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys later tonight. Enjoy the second half. May the winners be yours as well.